Aloha kako. Welcome to the 24th Annual Native Hawaiian Convention, our first on Moku o Keawe. I'm excited to be here, and I'm also happy to share that this is officially our largest convention ever. This morning, we exceeded 2,000 registrants, so we had to add some more chairs to the room. Thank you all for being here to engage. I want to start off right out the door by saying thank you to this moku here, this island, because the reception has been warm. This morning's opening ceremony is an example of that. 32 kumuhula participated, they unified, they came together to help us open our presence here on Hawaii Island. How about a hand for that all those amazing kumu. I need to recognize Kumu Hina because she worked overtime over the last couple of months pulling that together. Mahalo Hina, wherever you are. Over the next 3 days, the agenda is packed. It's full of rich opportunities for you to engage, but it's grounded in the rich history, culture, and people of this island. You know, I shared this before, but I'll share it again. When I was in college, community college, I had an opportunity to attend this convention, the Native Hawaiian Convention. It was a program that was being offered through a Native Hawaiian service on campus. So I decided to go. I thought, maybe they have some scholarships that I could get so I can pay for my college. I sat in the back of the room where it was dark because I didn't know anybody. I didn't know anything. I didn't even understand my culture in many ways. Never in a million years did I ever think that one day I would be the CEO for the organization that gets to put on this convention. And I share that because perhaps the next CEO of CNHA is in the room today. Take advantage of the rich tapestry that's here. Plug in, learn, absorb, just like I did. I want to recognize also, of course, this convention and its grandeur wouldn't be possible without our sponsors that have supported this convention. And so I want to recognize all of them. There's a lot of them. How about a hand for our sponsors? CNHA has been quite busy over the last few years. Some people say I have ADD, but I don't know. I think it's just I'm on a mission to do something. And I wanted to share that our presence on this island, for all of you that are from Moku o Keawe, can I just get a raise of hands or maybe some kind of chihu or something? How many of you are from Hawaii Island? Okay, so bringing this convention here, I want you to know, is only the beginning. Oahu has benefited tremendously from the resources that CNHA brings to the table. And I recognize that it's time that we share that resources with our neighbor islands. We must do a better job of supporting all of our lahui, and that's why we're here. Recently, CNHA just acquired 43 acres on Hawaii Island, and we plan to start building houses for our kanaka. We have amazing workforce development programs. We have amazing business incubator programs, all which you can expect to see pop up on your island in the years to come. This is not a short-term thing. I see Hawaii Island as a strategic direction. I believe Hawaii Island can set the direction for our future so that all the other islands can follow. And so I'm looking forward to working collaboratively with all of you here to strengthen our mana and lift you up in the years ahead. An important lesson that I learned in the various leadership roles I have had is that oftentimes you don't get to choose your kuleana. Kuleana oftentimes chooses you. Some people have bigger kuleana than others, but we all have kuleana. The key is to embrace the kuleana. You know, I didn't plan on being a single parent. I didn't even plan to be the CEO of CNHA. It came to me. Kuleana called. It found me, but I've done the best I can to live up to that kuleana and to own it. And so for all of you out there, realize that oftentimes kuleana is going to call on you, and you have to respond to that kuleana. A year ago, kuleana called on us to Kūhiō Maui. And I'm beyond proud of the work that my Maui team has done to support Maui families. Over 6,000 individuals have been assisted through our Kūhiō Maui Center. 9,000 donation kits have been distributed. Thousands of air purifiers. We've furnished 450 homes. We've graduated over 400 from our trades program, and we are currently housing 900 Lahaina residents. CNHA is also building 66 two-bedroom units for families so they can find long-term solutions, but I wanted to shine a light on one family in particular that benefited from Kūhiō Maui, because there's many. Go ahead, Kavena.
When we lost our home in August of last year, it was a blur. But when we started to have to look for housing for our family of 5, it started to get a little scary because of rent prices and the lack of housing over here. Then we went to our friends at Kūhiō Maui, who really helped us with getting in touch with all of you folks at CNHA to assist us in placing somewhere that was going to be more long-term for us. The best part about this is everybody coming together and helping us with whatever we need. We are headed to Mary Monarch. This year, there's 6 of us dancing that have lost their homes in the Lahaina wildfire. It's kind of crazy what hula does to you and what it takes away, you know, like we give so much of like sharing everything that we can that we've learned from our pumu, from our kupuna, but what hula gives back to me is a sense of place. And so we're just super grateful that we were able to get assistance from you all and just the support.
How about a hand for the Maui team? You know, I feel bad because they're not here at convention, but they're on island today. They're continuing the kuleana that they carry. I need to recognize some important people that allow me to do the job that I do. And I'm going to start with my board of directors, my board, the CNHA board, who's joining me today. My chair, Michelle Kauhane, my vice chair, Makalika, and the many others that are here. How about a hand for the board of CNHA? They let me put on this kind of convention. So thank you, board. I also want to recognize my ohana who's in the house, because being the CEO of an organization like this, you're barely at home. You barely get to go family luau, family picnics, get-togethers. So thank you, ohana, for your support, for allowing me to do and fulfill this kuleana. You know, I've been told many times no. People tell me no all the time. Growing up, nope, no can. What I've learned is defying the odds oftentimes means you gotta ruffle feathers. You gotta stir the pot. You gotta make people uncomfortable. Status quo often thinks they don't need to fight because they're already at the top. But where the status quo fails is when they see us as, when they miss. Okay, I'm sorry, let me start this over. Status quo oftentimes thinks they don't need a fight because they're at the top, but that's where they fail. See, our Hawaii has suffered from a tourism model that is extractive. It has burdened our community, our people, our culture, and our Hawaii. What the status quo doesn't recognize is that our culture, our people, and our aina is rooted in generations of ike that has been passed down. Last year, our organization won a multi-million-dollar, multi-year contract to manage tourism in Hawaii. And I want to thank some people for helping us get there. Number one is the community for your support. It was a big undertaking. We never thought we would even stand a chance, but if you don't know unless you try. I need to thank the elected leaders. I need to thank the governor who put an end to all of that. But for the first time in history, our state now has a Native Hawaiian organization that has a seat at the tourism decision-making table. And we plan to take full advantage of the seat that's been given to us. We plan to reintroduce our people, our culture everywhere within the tourism sector. Failure, not an option. We are going to take back Waikiki. You know, one of the most amazing things that we get to do as a Hawaiian organization is create new things for our people. One of the new exciting things is a venture where CNHA has been helping to tell our stories in Waikiki and share our culture authentically. You know, nowadays you go to these luau's, they're not even Hawaiian. You know, they're like Polynesian Review. Our identity is literally being changed right before us. So we decided to do our own show, our own shows in Waikiki. And I brought some of the cast from our show. You got to see them earlier today too, as the warm-up. But I want to introduce them. See, I think it's so important that we reclaim our identity, that we reclaim the direction in which we want to go as a people. And I've heard a lot of talk over the years, a lot of people with ideas, but it's time to put those ideas to action. And so I'm going to present one last thing before I close out today, and that's a performance from our Na Lea Aloha show. And this is just the beginning, gang. CNHA's only been at the table for 1 year. There's a lot of work to be done. There's a lot of kuleana that exists, but there's a lot of opportunity that exists in it as well. But before I conclude my speech, I want to present a show that brings all of our islands together. It's a mele that calls out the uniqueness of our mokupuni throughout the Pai'aina, the kupa in which we all represented here at our convention. E ko aloha Hawaii, aloha nui kākou, and welcome to the 2024 Native Hawaiian Convention. Being on this stage, being in Waikiki means a lot to our Hawaiian community. It's a chance for us to integrate with the visitor industry, which we don't often have a chance to do. Not in a way that Native Hawaiians want to do it. Mika has put so much effort into producing this show. Tonight, we get to see her creativity come to life. And so how about a hand for Mahealani Mika?
There's nothing more beautiful than the expression of love through lei. And that's what this show is about, Na Lea Aloha. This opportunity that Kūhiō has provided to not just me, but the entire cast here, is to show our stories, our people's stories about our place that we are all so proud to come from.
hiwale